Okay. Okay. So, questions about anger, surge of anger towards opinions and people whose ideas are different than that which you hold. Okay. So, first of all, we need to address anger because you see, anger comes about when people feel powerless. You see, when you feel powerful, you don't go to anger, you go to clarity, you go to calm a lot of the time. But when you feel powerless, you go to anger. So when confronted by situations in which you feel powerless, you will find it easier for you to sink into aspects of anger. Now, the question then is to ask yourself, why do I feel powerless about this? What am I powerless about this? Whatever it is that's provoked the anger within you. Okay. Now, right now, no matter what your take on events, no matter what side of the fence, but there are multiple fences, so there is more than two sides. No matter what side of the fence you are on, you are able to feel powerless, because if you accept that there is this killer virus out there coming all around the planet, the pandemic, to kill you, obviously it's powerless. You believe that the mainstream media and the governments are telling you that you are being hunted, if you will, by this virus. And so therefore you are powerless. And indeed, the only options being given to you are to stay at home, stay indoors, do nothing, stay out of harm's way, and wait for somebody to invent a vaccine. That's pretty much what they're telling you. So there is not a lot of power to be felt in that, unless you can find power to say stay at home. But for most people, that's frustrating in itself, because there's things you have to do, things you want to do. And if the only way to stay powerful is to stay locked up in your homes, well, I don't know how many prisoners feel particularly powerful in their situations. So that's not a particularly powerful state to be in. And then you have other views, so we say, where you don't believe that there is a virus, whether there's a virus at all, whether it's a virus that kills, as they say, or whether it's just a different take on what is currently occurring. But either way, it's very easy to feel powerless, no matter what your beliefs or take on the situation, because what can you do? If you believe in a corruption, if you believe in an agenda, if you believe in cabal trying to get you, all of these are different takes on an alternative stance, another fence to sit upon with the current events, then you can also sit there and feel powerless, because you see that laws are enacted and you might think to yourself that these laws are ridiculous, and yet you are powerless to change them. You may go to try to speak out if you believe something different, and yet you find you are shouted down by people who believe perhaps more of the mainstream view of events, and you believe you are powerless to change events. And then again, you find that if you try to speak out to present an alternative fact, even a fact, not a conspiracy, that there is a lot of censorship going on right now, and that in itself makes you powerless to change anything. So we would say that right now, many people feeling powerless, because if you look at the broad spectrum, and there are many opinions and many views, and you can take or drop any which one you want. but not many of them at the moment are allowing you to feel very powerful in your lives. So, you need to look at why the anger is presenting itself. What is it that in your world, in your life, in your reasoning, at this moment do you feel powerless over? Because powerlessness is the identification of fear. It's the understanding that you are fearful that you will not ever have the power to create the changes that you wish to create the reality that you wish to create, to assume the existence you wish to assume. When we look at it from that perspective, when we look at it from a powerlessness, from a fear, we understand that the anger is a cover-up. It's a facade, it's a mask for the feelings of powerlessness, from the fear that you will not be able to create the change. So, in identifying the situation for the deeper understanding of what is occurring, one can start to actually then come at this from different perspectives. In what way are you powerless? You see, people need to remember that all creation of reality starts from your input. It's not external in, it's internal out, reflected back. When we look at that, when we look at the true nature of reality, then you understand that actually you are never powerless. You are never, can never be powerless, because you are the creator of your own existence. You are the creator of your own reality. If there is an external reality that you are not enjoying, then you are the one to change it from the input that you are giving to the fabric of the consciousness of creation. Many times we feel powerless because we forget. We forget that we are the instructor. We forget that we are the conductor. And we sit passively waiting for life to occur upon us, to visit us, to somehow enact itself upon us. And in that space of victimhood, we forget that actually we are the creator. And therefore we must ask, why am I creating this? Why am I creating this? What energy am I giving the fabric of consciousness of creation? What energy am I putting out that is allowing this to occur? Many people don't fully understand. There's been a lot of talk of law of attraction, the secret, etc., etc., but understanding that it all starts from frequency. There can be no change until there is a frequency change. There can be no empowerment. There can be no betterment until there is a frequency change. Why sit in the same frequency, fear, and expect to see and create a different external reality? That is crazy because you can't. So sit in a place of understanding your own part that you play, the role that you play in circumstances unfolding around you, and shift your frequency. Shift it. There's no other way. Now, when you go to battle with somebody because they have a differing opinion to you, sit and ask yourself, well, there is a reason why this differing opinion is coming at me. Am I sitting in powerlessness or am I sitting in powerfulness? Do I accept my ability to create change or not? If I don't, then I will be confronted by many differing opinions, all of which will serve to annoy me and aggravate me and create these feelings within me of anger. But actually, it all starts with me. If I don't wish to participate in differing opinions, well then, why are you creating splits and disjuncture within yourself that allow for all of these different multiple realities to come back and visit you? And remember that, please, there are 8 billion people almost on the planet, something like that, we believe. Well, there is not going to be anyone else out there with the exact same view as you on every same thing on the planet. It's impossible. It's not possible. And it's not designed to be that way. It is not designed to be that way. You see, in determining how you think, in determining what you believe, in determining how you wish to perceive the world, you are commanding the role of creator of your own existence. That's the purpose, each and everybody's purpose, to facilitate the joy in your life by owning, holding on to, grasping the identification in your existence that brings you the greatest possible joy. If each and every one of 7-8 billion people are also attempting to achieve that, it would be impossible for, you can see, everyone to maintain the same opinion about everything on the planet. You're not meant to. You're not meant to. Diversity is key simply because uniqueness is key. Your experience on Earth, your attempts to hone in on and maintain your greatest joy in your lifetime is the reason you're there. So if everybody is attempting the same, if everyone is here to do the same, how can it be that you would expect 7-8 billion people to maintain the same opinion, the same route to joy as you? It's not possible. It's not possible given the cultural background. It's not possible given the regional background. It's not possible given the belief systems that have been nurtured and nature and all of the different beliefs and experiences and histories and desires of which are all unique. So stop trying to find people that agree with you. I know it's very nice. It makes you feel good when people agree with you. But why? Why does it feel good when people agree with you? Because suddenly you feel that echoing of the energies. The echoing of the energies enhances your sense of being powerful. You're not alone. You are one. You are together. You are always one. You are all together. And anything that is divisive is the uniqueness that is here to be celebrated and not eradicated. You can't look at the world and say, well, no one agrees with me, therefore either I'm wrong or they're wrong. No. Find your greatest path to your greatest joy. Always achieving that, then you will find harmony and unity in all mankind, because each person discovering the true depths of the nature of joy for their individual selves will naturally allow each and every other person to do the same. Therefore, what you find is individuality is a pathway to greater joy and not a remover of or blockage to it. Your anger comes about when trying to coerce other people into accepting your interpretation of events because you feel powerless to create the changes, but you are the only person that can create the changes, because universally, underneath everything else, underneath the differences, underneath the different perspectives, the core fabric of all mankind is to find a way to joy, is to find a way to unity, is to find a way to collective consciousness. And they all get there in their own way, and they all get there from their own perspectives, and that is the diversity of mankind, which is to be celebrated. But the fabric, the root foundation of all of this is the harmonious nature of all mankind, the collective, the oneness. Allowing each person to be their own fullest example of who they are here to be. Knowing with power, echoing throughout your being, that you are completely in control of your own existence. So the way to stop feeling angry at a different person's point of view is to remind yourself, I'm only angry because I feel powerless. I'm not powerless. I am never, will never be powerless. I am powerful when I stop and get back to understanding I am the input, not the receptor of all that is. Change the input, change the frequency. Right now, people looking outwards, people looking external at events saying, oh my God, pain, crying, sadness, fear, and forgetting that all of this originates and starts within them. All of this originates and starts within them. Go inside first. Who are you? What are you? What do you seek? If you seek peace, then why are you creating dispersions and divergence and anger? Love. If you seek love, why are you creating animosity? Why are you creating villains to hate? You don't have to agree with each and everybody's opinion to be able to find unity and harmony in mankind. You see the diversity, and you see the differing opinion and differing lifestyle. And you should be grateful for it, because it is in that expression that you are witnessing yourself, your own rooted spirituality bearing fruition into life through the diversity that is shaping your reality. You don't have anything to fear. You are powerful, not powerless. Remember this. If you feel anger, stop. Why am I powerless? I am not. I am powerful. I am powerful. Much love.